Hey guys, it's Tracy. This is my channel. Look who I got on my lap. Who's not going to stay too long if she thinks she's on camera. But I thought I'd just check in. Yeah, started feeling very anxious about this whole process. But, you know, like I said, my whole point is to be uncomfortable and still do what I need to do, which I'm not super good at, but I'm going to get better at it. I finished my lipstick video and I don't know what happens. Like I have to make a list, but then I don't follow the list. So I'm trying to rethink that because I wanted to make spaghetti this morning, but I needed to start it by now because of work. And I don't get home till almost 9. Chances of me making spaghetti tonight are slim, which puts me to tomorrow morning. And I need to have that hamburger cooked up. And I wanted to do those peppers. So I don't know. I guess I have to write everything down. But like right now, I can't find my agenda. So I had to call to find out when I have a doctor's appointment coming up. And so yeah, I feel like, you know, I'm really good at organizing, but I'm also good at creating chaos. And I want to step away. But when your brain is the way it is, I'm not sure, even with my Adderall. So, but that's another thing, you guys. I have generic Adderall because, you know, they're not going to pay for the real deal. And there's a difference. But I've noticed, I get my drugs at CVS, that one time I thought, my God, this is not working. Something's wrong with me. And I told my doctor, I said, I think I need to up it. And of course, she wants me to like exercise an hour and eat canned food and all this stuff to up it. But my friend Michelle from, what's her, gosh, I can't see it. My brain is not happy. Anyway, she has a YouTube channel. And I'll try to link it below or write it below more likely. But she said she read a book and there's all these different manufacturers, right? The ones in India apparently are terrible. Now, it doesn't say on there, you know, they have strange names. Something called Doctor something is the one to watch out for. But I mean, can you imagine? I can tell with Adderall, like, woo, or, you know, the generic, that it's not working. But you can't really tell that, right? I don't know, like some like blood pressure medicine or things that, you know, are just keep you even, your thyroid medication, stuff like that. But yeah, so the batch I'm on now is not that great, I don't think. But yeah, so that's my story about that. I don't know why I thought about that because I need to go to CVS. So I got my Clara here and I did get a couple of things done this morning. But never enough. So I did go, like I said, my lipstick, I'm going to try to post that. And really, I just want to stay home and read. It's that kind of day, be with my cat, but I'm dressed and I'm committed. And it's funny, it says you're on mute. But my pants are too big. So I have to rethink all my pants. Like I said, I'm kind of in between where the next size, this size is too big, but the next size might be a little uncomfortable. So what do you do? And I'm committed to not buying anything extra this month. You know, just a few things at Trader Joe's and like if I need cat food, stuff like that. So the month of November, that's what I'm going to do. See what that's like. I just got my shipment of protein shake that came in, so that's good. I live on my baby bottles of protein shake. They keep me pretty even. But yeah, I have bags of paperwork to go through, and I lost a check someone gave me. So that kind of thing just drives me nuts. And I know in the moment, you know, right? Like you're like, no, go put this where it should go, right? Don't put it in your bra. Don't put it in your car. And I feel like I put it in the little console of my car, but I've been looking and I don't see it. So now everything's out of the console all over my car. So I need to do that kind of thing. All the daily stuff. It's like, I feel like I'm whining. But you guys, I appreciate your comments so much. And it makes me feel like less alone. I was thinking about this on Halloween, which was harder for me than I thought. But without my mom, and, you know, I was trying to remember the good times. But sometimes, you know, all the kids were running and the families were outside. And sometimes I feel like I'm on the outside looking in or the inside looking out, like separated. And I remember that I had a therapist once and I found this drawing I did in like, I don't know, like 6th grade maybe. very contained, but there was bubbles. People were in these little like bubbles, right? All these different, and then I was sort of standing outside, just standing. My little stick figure person was just standing, observing. And so I think that this is a feeling I've had my whole life, or since, you know, I can remember. I can remember like going to my dad's car, and we had a carport, and bringing a book and just sitting there. And I guess I felt depressed or blue or melancholy. I don't know. You don't know when you're 7 or 8 or 9. Usually my dad would come fetch me. So am I waiting for someone to come fetch me? I don't know. I mean, it's just so weird, but it's a new feeling. And, but I think on some level that must work for me. I don't know. It's complicated. You guys, are you going to charge me for therapy fees? You should. So, you know, having another person in my space, and hopefully they're going to be lovely. It's just going to be different, right? It's just different. So I think that's just really wound me up, because you know, you're in a, and how lucky am I have a house that I can share. So, you know, I try to come back to the gratitude, which I try to practice, but we all have like crappy days. So I don't know. So there's this feeling of everyone's got out doing things, and I'm home sort of alone, and like wanting to be a part of it, but not being a part of it, or not trying to be a part of it. I don't know. So that's how I was feeling this morning. Very emotional. And I think it's just hormonal too, because when I have my hormones going wild, I get pimples around my lips. And I haven't had them in a while, but I also think too, like, I don't turn on the news. I don't listen to any of this, but I do watch Schitt's Creek, which is very funny. But the commercials will be like the news, like, oh, there's going to be a shortage, there's a shortage, you know, and that's brought out almost like PTSD from the very first round of this, when you really didn't know. You really thought you weren't going to have food. I mean, crazy. This time I just refuse, right? I refuse. I have enough of everything. I mean, I do want to stock up on cat food, because like I said, my cat, as it is, I mean, I know if she was literally starving, she would probably have to eat, but I can eat whatever's in my refrigerator, right? Or my freezer or my pantry. So yeah, so I think that set me off a little bit too. Get your Christmas gifts. Well, you know, whatever about Christmas gifts, we're worried about our food supply. And one of my friends was I don't know if she's at an Aldi or the Chinese market, but she said that there was a huge shortage. But I can live without meat. So I don't know. It's I guess I'm looking for a balance, right? Because I do like to be alone. I was afraid when my mom was gone, I would hate it, but I don't. I like it. Because I have so many interests, and God, I have on my Libby, which is an app to read books, and I listen to audio. I have 500 tagged. Too many possibilities, too many choices. But then, you know, a new one comes. I'm listening to Stanley Tucci's one about food, but you don't want to listen to that. That's probably why I want spaghetti, actually. But yeah, so that's interesting. But so I have all kinds of things to keep me interested. So I don't know. I just thought I'd pop on here and talk this out. And, you know, the feeling, like I always say, this too shall pass. And then I did my makeup because I thought, how can you be trying on lipsticks when you have no makeup? And do I feel sorry for myself because I can't go buy whatever I want when I want it? And I'm examining all my past behaviors, trying to do it in a non-judgmental way, just information and understanding, like, how do I want to live? And I say this, but then I feel bad. So how do you get that kind of balance? You know, and then I fly to, well, you're just going to be homeless, and what are you going to do with all this stuff? So I have a very good imagination. I couldn't, I can't read scary or thrillers, or someone told me about a book by Laura Dave, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's her new one, Dave, and they said it's like a thriller. It's like you have to read it in 2 days. Well, yeah, I'm reading, you know, about a railway detective, turn of the century. So that is what's happening, and hopefully I can post this. It's like, I don't know what happens on YouTube, why it's so slow sometimes, and Sometimes it's not. But I'd like to, again, I want to learn more about my channel. And I know what set this off. There's a class by Sonia Coquette, who's this really cool psychic and healer. And she's just an amazing person to read about and to read what she says, to experience her view and perspective of the world. So I think it was $27. And I thought, okay, because you're going to get in touch with your spirit guides, which, you know, is something I've been very interested in. And I think it has a lot to do with listening, because I know when my mom's here, and, you know, I think, you know, I'll think of like my dad's dad, he died when my dad was like 2 or 3. Needless to say, my dad didn't grow up with him. Herman's his name. He's a good looking Swedish man, but I feel like he's around. So I don't know. I just thought it'd be interesting. It'd be something to focus on. You know, you watch videos and there's, you know, and you can engage with other people like-minded. But anyway, so I know it starts today. So I went last night. I was looking at my phone. Can't remember I think I found it through Instagram, right? But I'd screenshot like my payment and this and that. And I had written in my notes the password. Wouldn't take it. Tried both my emails, and they're like, well, send an email, and then if it's on record, we'll go ahead and give you a link to get a new password. Never got that. Went on my PayPal just to make sure, yes, it's paid. So I don't know. That kind of thing. It's like everyone faces this. But just thought, really? I felt very bad for myself. Really? So I need to work on that because I want to take this. I'm really excited. And I think back in the day, I just would have repaid. But I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. So, yeah. So I have to hunt that down. I'd like to do that today on my lunch hour so I can, you know, I just would like to add some kind of spiritual study, something to focus on. And, yeah, so that's what's happening. I think that set me off a little bit. Just felt like I don't do anything right. And sometimes what I got to remember is you do things right, but other things don't work. So, you know, I only have 2 emails. I wrote the password down. And I thought, well, maybe I did different cases, but it's capitalized in certain areas and I made it simple. So anyway, actually, here we go. I have, her book is called The Psychic Pathway, a workbook for awakening the voice of your soul. Yeah, so this is a really cool, interesting, I just would like to learn more about it. And I know, like she has said before in some of the stuff I've read on like Instagram and other places, is, you know, kind of connecting, and you call them whatever you want, but is being quiet and listening. So, okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna, I've got some stuff to post and I got to head out for work. And I told myself, I'm mean to myself, that I have all this stuff that needs to go out to the garage and that you're going to do 3 trips before you leave for work. And it's rainy and miserable and I don't want to, but maybe I'll do 1 trip. That will be the compromise. But I think your comments mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. I really do feel better having done this. A phenomenon. I don't question or think about it. I just accept that it's a gift, and I'm thankful. So I'm thankful for you guys. And I hope that, you know, if you feel this way sometimes, you know, it will pass and you're not alone. There's more of us that probably feel like that than don't feel like that. You know, I forget sometimes. And it's hard. You're watching Instagram and everyone looks like they're happy and living this great life. And, you know, that's a moment in time. And that's not how people are. It's not how a human life is. But you forget, you know, and it's not, I think it's even subconscious. Like you don't even realize, you know, that, you know, you're idealizing something that you want, but you assign it to them and they probably don't even have it. So I'm an overthinker, in case you guys have not realized that yet. But yeah, and I do have a new Trader Joe's to upload and other things. I think I will finally upload my decluttering of bags. Is insane amount of bags. But it was good. Not as ruthless as I was with my makeup. And now I've been looking at palettes online, but I think actually I should make this moratorium really till January. So I'm not, you know, all of a sudden want to buy, like what I'll do is I won't buy gifts and I'm going to make cookies on this, and it gets towards the end. I'm like, oh no, I have to go get something new. I'm going to try to work on that this year, because homemade cookies are like a lot of work and expensive, and most people don't make them, so they love them. And I am all over the place because that's how I feel. I swear to you, my new ADD medicine is just not cutting it. So I'm not sure what to do. You can't go and say, oh, I don't want this manufacturer or this, really. But I think I'll try to, at least get a hold of someone in CVS that is in charge of the pharmacy, like worldwide or whatever, and ask and, see if what they're doing about that, right? There's got to be some quality control. I mean, you're trusting them. So let me think of something positive. I want to end on a positive note. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I am, just where I am. But I'll go put some fun music on. It usually changes my mood, right? Happy, upbeat music is like definitely a tool that keeps me going. And, but yeah, you guys take care, and I'm going to talk to you again real soon.